Well, hello there, good night to you all. So, this will be my review for episode 11 of Highschool DxD new. Sadly, only episode um, remains of the season. Um, I honestly do hope that they will make another season because the interesting stuff or the main interesting stuff begins to happen after the next episode from what I have read in the light novels because I think that next episode will basically kinda will be the ending of the volume 4 of the light novels that basically ends the arc of the vampire in the suspended classroom. I think, but then the real interesting stuff begins to happen. Related with this group that we see appearing on the last episode, and that are in war with the three major factions, and basically, um, but well, the start of the episode basically is the continuation of the preview. Um, Previews. The meeting is still continues, and Azazel, Mikhail, Sirzex, and others are still discussing the terms of peace. And basically, Azazel kind of takes the lead in the process in a way, and he kind of goes and asks Valley what he wants. Basically, Valley says that it's quite a lot of, like he did already say on the previous episode, that he is quite annoyed because he was born in a world like this one, without any war or without the chance of killing God. That basically was his main aspiration. But he also agrees to lend a hand in the battle against this group that is attacking. And apparently, it's a group of magicians. And basically, they kind of captured Gasper and Koneko, and then kind of began using their powers to stop time and giving the advantage to the attacking forces. Um, Before that, we also have a situation between a talk between Issei and the Archangel Michael, because he asks the Archangel Michael why Asia was excommunicated from the church, and Michael explains what's going on and explains that um, all the if someone disturbs the balance or the system that is implemented, or if someone learns the truth that God and uh, the lords of the demons were killed in the previous war, usually, especially in the case of the church, all the ones that learn that God is dead basically are excommunicated because they break the balance inside the system. And basically, we have kind of both Xenovia and Asia kind of make their, let's say, pieces with the Heaven faction, the Angel faction, and Xenovia, in a way, kind of makes the peace with Irina. Then we have the attack the surprise attack of these forces. And then Rias and Issei kinda using the system of the devil pieces. She kinda switches places with the tower or the rook. That's a chess move called the roll, and in game you can exchange the tower or the rook for the king at some points in game. And basically she did that, and that allowed her to be transported to the occult club research house. And with the help of Circe's powers, Issei was able to tag along, and eventually they save Gasper and Koneko. There are a very funny situation because Issei was looking quite good in his speech. Also, Rias, we have a little more flashback about when Rias met Gasper and such, and then and then we have the speech of Issei, and eventually Issei using Ascalon, the sword that the Archangel Michael gave him on the last episode. He kind of cuts his hand and kind of spreads blood or drops of blood in Gasper's face, and when he tastes the blood of Issei, he basically gained the ability to control his powers. So, and with that, he kind of froze time for the attackers, and then Issei kind of destroyed their dresses and such, and then he goes, or he plans to go into a rampage, and eventually he's stopped by Rias, but that's it, and then they departed to join the battle. At the same time, after Rias and Issei leave, a new character appears called Karatia Leviathan, and basically this is a demon, or and basically she is leading the attack, and basically she is dissatisfied about these pistols, and she basically intends to continue the war, and basically she wants to take control over the world and to reshape the world into his own terms. And she attacks the conference, and eventually Azazel, Michael, and Circe kind of put up a barrier that basically protects all the ones that are inside. And Aquino, Asia, and Sona, and the other girl, they were frozen, but Shanovia, Irina, and Kiba were not frozen by the powers of Daphne because of their holy swords and the leaders of the factions, obviously. And well, then eventually Azazel kind of decides to take the lead, and he goes fighting against Karatia Leviathan, and that was. I think the fight will continue in the next episode, but from what they show us on the fight was quite epic, and the level of power involved is quite huge. But that was interesting. And then eventually Shanovia, Irina, and Kaiba kind of decided also to join the fray, and and at the same time Vali is already fighting the magicians, and he's basically kicking ass. And roughly this is the episode. So this is mainly an episode that is action orientated, and I think it's a good way to end the series with this action and the presentation of a new enemy, that is the group of Karatia Leviathan, because she is not the only one that belongs to this group. There are a lot of others. And basically, this is a group that is kind of dissatisfied how the way the world turned out to be. And well, this kind of leaves the path open to a third season. I think, honestly, I do think, and I honestly do think that the story does deserve it, because the stories in the future become even more epic and more fantastic. Uh, in volume 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there are already 12, 13, maybe 14 volumes of the light novel, so there are a lot of material, and I do hope that the series will continue on another season. I only hoped, or I hope, or I'm kind of having the expectation that eventually they could switch from a seasonal anime series to a more medium longer run series. Maybe instead of one season they could put a series on air for two straight seasons. That would be very good, because the story is very good, and the plot is very good. This is not. This is, yes. This series possesses a lot of fan service, even more than fan service in some aspects. But the plot line and the background story and all the universe of High School DxD is very complex and is very rich. The characters are also very rich, with very well structured backgrounds, and for the ones that love the series, and I, one of them, much more than the fan service scenes or the ecchi scenes and such. I strongly believe that we watch the series because we like the plot line, we like the characters' backgrounds, we like to learn more about the story, the plot. And if you think that the series does not have a decent plot line, you are mistakenly wrong, because it has. And if you have doubts about it, it's not hard. Google it and read something about the story of the light novels, and you will see the riches of the series in several points, much more than the nude scenes or the fan service scenes or the ecchi scenes or the perverted or lecherous behavior of Issei. The series is very rich, and I honestly I'm quite fond of it, and I honestly do hope that they will make another season after this one. This certainly deserves it. It's very good. This is a very, very good series. Well, this is kind of dragging a bit, because this is kind of also kind of final impressions without being the final episode of the season. But I simply wanted to speak a little more in about my opinion about the series on the overall. But that's it. So next episode will be the last one of the season. It will be the climax of the battle that started in this episode, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay well. Peace and